If you're looking to grow your arms, I got you. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to take you through the perfect workout to grow your biceps and your triceps. Follow this workout to a T, all the sets, all the reps, all the exercises, all the rest times, and I promise you that if you implement this workout into your routine, your biceps and your triceps will grow. So without wasting time, let's hop into our first part of this workout. I'm going to take you, like I said, all the reps, all the sets, all the exercises that you need to be doing to build mass in your arms. So the first thing that we did in this workout, I went through a primer. Now, this is a great way, especially for your biceps and your triceps, to build a mind-muscle connection with your biceps, build a mind-muscle connection with your triceps. It's also a great way to get some blood flow into those muscles and just kind of get your mind right, get ready for the workouts. So for the primer, what we did has two parts, the tricep and a bicep superset. You're going to start off by doing dips. Now with this, we're going to keep our reps pretty high on this superset. I did 20 dips each set. Now if you can do 20 bodyweight dips, that's great. If you need to add a band or you need to do a machine dip, that's perfectly fine. But we're keeping our reps higher here. As far as technique, focus on keeping a slight lean forward. That's going to take some pressure off your shoulders and really go as close as you can on those handles without any sort of shoulder pain. You're going to focus on really trying to pin your elbows up against your sides, really tuck your elbows, and then make sure that you get a nice strong lockout on each rep. That's really where you're going to engage the tricep and get the most amount of stimulus. Like I said, we're doing 20 reps on this, supersetting this with a band curl. Now the band curl is a great way that you can get a lot of blood flow into the biceps and really work at different angles. So you're going to take a moderately heavy band, nothing crazy. We're going to do 30 total reps over the course of this. So you're going to start off by doing 10 band curls just with your palms up, supinated that whole set. You're going to do 10 reps working through a full range of motion. After you get 10 reps with your palms straight up, you're going to externally rotate your shoulders and turn your elbows in and your hands out. And you're going to do 10 more band curls. After doing that, you're going to turn your elbows in. You're going to internally rotate your shoulders, and you're going to do 10 more band curls. And it is a great way to get some blood flow into that bicep, and like I said, just get everything primed and ready to go. We're going to do 3 sets of this, and by the end of these 3 sets, you should have a good pump in your biceps and your triceps, and you should be ready. Elbows should be warm. You should have a good mind-muscle connection, and you should be ready to hop into that next superset. So in part 1, we worked on priming. In part 2, we're going to work on overloading. So yes, you can go into the gym and you can hit all the exercises and the reps in the world, but if there's never any sort of overload or there's never any sort of progression, your arms are not going to grow. So we're overloading at the beginning of the workout when we're going to be most fresh and strong. We're going to superset a tricep and a bicep. So for the tricep, what we're going to do is we're going to do an eccentric skull crusher with a press. Now the way that you're going to do this is I would load your skull crusher up 10, maybe 15 pounds starting off, heavier than you'd be able to do for 6 to 8 really strict reps. So you're going to lower that weight super slow, going 4 to 5 seconds on the way down. And the way that you're going to know that the weight is right is if you cannot press it back up from a skull crusher, what you're going to do is you're going to bring it into your chest, and then you're going to do a bench press to get that bar back up. Back to a skull crusher, nice and slow on the way down, going for 4 to 5 seconds. Work on eccentrically overloading those triceps and then pressing that weight back up through a bench press. You're going to do this for 8 reps. After getting 8 of those, you're going to go over to a heavy pair of dumbbells, and you're going to do a dumbbell hammer curl up with a palms up eccentric curl down. So with a hammer curl, you're typically going to be stronger in this hammer curl grip, and we're going to take advantage of that. So like I said, you're going to be able to lift about 5, maybe 10 pounds heavier on this than you could on a strict palms up curl. You're going to hammer curl up to the top, pause, flip your grip, supinate your hand, keep your shoulders back, and you're going to slowly lower that dumbbell. Working through a good full range of motion. At the very bottom of the rep, make sure that you flex your tricep so that your arm is fully locked out. Then you're going to go back to that hammer curl. You're going to hammer curl up, palms up, curl down. This is a great way that you're going to overload those biceps and your triceps eccentrically using heavier weights than you wouldn't be able to do with strict form. Like I said, this is a great way that you can provide a stimulus that is going to spark some new muscle growth. Now, taking a little bit further, after 3 sets of this, what we're going to do is we're going to do a drop set on that last set. We're just going to pump out reps to failure. So after that 3rd set of that eccentric skull crusher with the press, you're going to drop off some weight, and you're going to crank out as many skull crushers as you can to failure. I would shoot for anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. Same thing with the hammer curl up, palms up, curl down. After you get your third set of 8, you're going to drop to a lighter pair of dumbbells, and you're just going to crank out as many palms up curls as you can. Again, just adding another layer of stimulus to help provide new muscle growth. After part 1 with our primer and part 2 with our overload, we're going to change up the angles, and we're going to specifically target certain portions of the triceps and the biceps. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an overhead tricep extension, and we're going to superset this with an incline dumbbell curl. Now, both these motions are going to take advantage of the position that you're in and target specific heads of your triceps and your biceps. With that overhead extension, you're going to target that long head of your tricep, which the long head is the biggest part of the tricep. So if you're serious about trying to build some big arms, you need to get overhead and hit the long head of your tricep. Now, the best way that I found to do this is to focus on getting as deep of a stretch as you possibly can in that tricep extension. So you're going to let your arms come back as far as you can while keeping those elbows tucked, get a really good stretch, and then come up and contract your tricep. We're doing 10 to 12 reps on this. We're going to superset this with an incline dumbbell curl. Incline dumbbell curls are great because when you get into shoulder extension with your arms behind yourself, you're going to specifically target that long head of your bicep, which that's going to provide the peak of your bicep and is going to help you fully develop your arms. So the main thing with this is don't allow your arms to come up into shoulder flexion. Keep your arms back behind yourself and keep your wrist neutral. Don't flex in your wrist at the top. Same thing, you're going to do 10 to 12 reps on this. This is a great superset that, like I said, is really going to change the angle of your movement and is really going to help provide a lot of new growth in your biceps and your triceps. The final part of this workout is where we're just going to leave it all on the table and we're going to provide a lot of stimulus and overload to grow your biceps and your triceps. So what we're going to do is you're going to pick one of these first. I started off with the tricep first. You're going to do a tricep push down. Now with this, you're going to do 5 sets, but you're only going to rest 30 seconds each set. So the rest time is going to be very low. So the way that I would start off with a weight is I would start off with a weight that you can do 10 reps with, and you could maybe get 1 or 2 more reps. That's how you know that it's not going to be too heavy, not going to be too light, because that 30-second rest time is going to go very quickly, and that's what we're going to use as a new stimulus to provide some new stimulus for some growth. So you're going to do your 10 tricep pushdowns. After that, you're going to rest no more than 30 seconds rest. Stay very strict with that rest time. Then you're going to go back to the same weights, 30 seconds rest. You're going to do this for 5 sets. Typically, people are taking minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes in between their sets. By really sticking strict to that 30-second rest time, you're going to provide a new stimulus, and you're going to get a huge pump in your triceps, and it's really going to provide a new stimulus for some growth. But just make sure that you're staying really strict with that 30-second rest time because it will go quick. So make sure that you have a watch or have your eye on the clock to make sure that you are not slacking on that rest time. After doing 5 sets of this, you're going to go onto your bicep, which we're going to do a bicep cable curl. Again, we're doing 5 sets, taking no more than 30 seconds rest in between sets. Again, I would pick a weight that on that first set, you can get no more than 2 more reps after that, to where you know that's going to be a good weight to where you're going to hit some muscle failure. And that's the idea here is we've worked on priming, we've worked on overloading. Now the goal is just to leave it all out here and we want to hit some muscle failure. And that's really going to start to happen when you only stick to 30 seconds rest. On sets 3, 4, and 5, you might have to rest pause where you might get 6 or 7 or 8 reps and you have to rest for 5 seconds and then come back for a couple more reps. That is going to provide the perfect amount of stimulus to provide new growth in your arms. Because if you're just getting through your sets and your reps and you're getting 10 reps easy, or you're shooting for 15, you're getting 15 reps easy, you're not ever overloading your muscles and you're not providing a stimulus for your muscles to grow. So that 30-second rest time is meant to cause overload and fatigue, and you might have to break up reps, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, that's going to cause new growth. So this is the perfect workout for you to grow big arms. Now, if you found anything helpful in this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you have questions, comment down below. I'd love to help you out any way that I can. I'm currently doing a full bulking series where I'm posting weekly videos to show you how to build muscle mass while minimizing body fat gain. So if you're interested in content like that, make sure that you subscribe. Also, I just recently started a podcast with my wife. So on that podcast, we talk about, yes, health and fitness, but we are also gym owners and parents and personal trainers, and we have a life outside of the gym. So in this podcast, we'll talk about health and fitness topics, but we also talk about what we've learned from the gym inside, what we've learned outside of the gym. So if you're looking for a new fitness podcast, check it out. Our podcast is called the Grind, Sleep, Repeat Podcast. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on iHeartRadio. I'll leave a link down in the description below where you can go check it out. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.